On to week 3 assignment, part A, step 2, creating a chart. So we're going to make a chart of the historic data, and later we'll add other forecasts to the chart. And so um, we're going to be using select by shift and down to select a bunch of data. We're going to select, once we've selected the first column, we're going to want to select another one at the same time. So in order to do that, we're going to go Shift F8 to keep the initial selection and then add to it. And then we're going to create a chart with Alt F1. If we ever get selected off of that chart, we're going to select off at one point and then come back on again, so it's Control Alt 5. If there were more than one chart, it would go back to the first chart, and we would hit Tab to go to the second chart. We're going to hit Control to make changes to the chart, Escape to get out of the chart. This is how to get back in, this is how to get out. We're going to change elements, Control arrow, and resize the chart, Shift arrow. Move the chart with just arrow once it's selected. At one point we're going to have a side panel. If we need to get to the side panel, it's F6. If we need to close the side panel, it's going to be Control space C. We're going to format numbers, Control 1 if that's necessary. We're going to have I'm going to go up to the menu, chart design, and it's going to be Alt and then JC we'll see, but just Alt to see all the menus, all the ribbons. And I think that's about it. So starting with selecting the historic data in the C column and the date data in the I column, and then hitting Alt F1. So I'm going to select, and including the labels, shift and down. And now to get onto to keep this selection, I'm going to go Shift F8. And by the way, if we only accidentally hit F8, you're kind of stuck. And to get unstuck, hit F8 again. But I'm going to go Shift F8 and do it properly, and then go across to date, Shift N down, and then Alt F1 to make a chart. And it didn't do a very good job. And it's mostly because it's expecting the first column to be the x-axis and then the next column to be the y-axis. And in this case, it's not. There's a big gap between it, so it's kind of confused. We're going to fix that. You'll see that chart design is now there as one of the ribbons. And it's because we're in a chart. So I'm going to go Alt, and then JC is chart design. And I'm going to go C for change chart type. I'm going to hit Tab to get down to the different chart types, and I'm going to go down to XY scatter, and then Tab, Tab, and then arrow over to lines. That's the kind I want. And it's not showing right now, I know, because the axes are weird, but we'll fix that too. So Alt JC, and then E for select data. And then the series, you see how the series is kind of a blue check mark. Therefore, if we hit edit, which is Alt E to get to the underscore E for edit, we're going to see it. And it wants a series name. Didn't pick it up automatically. So I'm going to hit up arrow, and I'm going to go across to, you'll see my Dancy Ants right now, we're at C23. Go down to C24. Now, once I've got the series name, I'm going to go back to the true x-axis. It thinks the x-axis is from C and D, which is like, I don't know how it got that, because so we're just going to hit Tab to go down to the series x-axis, and then hit up arrow to go out to the spreadsheet again, and I'm going to get date. Now I don't need the label anymore. Was supposed to pick them up automatically already, but now that we're picking up, we're just asking for the field series X data. So it's just the numbers. So starting on I-25, Shift N down to all of the dates. And then now the X is fixed. Now hit Tab to get to the series Y data. Look at that, it's grabbing from C to letter I. We don't want that, so up arrow. And then see the Dancy Ants is down in I-43. So I'm going to go and to the left. Now I'm in the historic. Now I'm going to go and to the top. And I'm going to go down one, arrow down one, and then Shift and down to include all the C column data in my y-axis. See how the OK button is blue? I'm going to hit enter to accept that, and it's looking a little bit better. And now I want to accept this. So the OK button right now is not blue. I'm going to hit tab until a couple times until I can see the blue line around the OK button. Now I'm going to hit enter. Good. So far so good. I'm going to shrink it a bit. So I'm going to hold down shift, and this is the left arrow. It's about there. I think that's good. Now I'm going to let go of shift and use the left arrow to move it across. I'm going to move it down enough that it's below 3 of the dates. You'll see why in a sec. And it fits between these numbers. And if yours doesn't quite fit, shift left or right to resize it. And now you'll notice that the X down at the bottom, not only is it starting earlier like 2019, I want it to start in 2020, but the different divisions are not even quarter dates. Like the first one is February 4th, 2019. So I wanted to make it those special dates. So here's how to do it. I'm going to escape out of the chart by hitting escape. And then I'm going to go across into cell H25. And I'm going to refer to equal this date. Enter. Now usually when that happens, this will be in a date format. Mine isn't, but yours might be. And in a minute we'll fix it. So then I'm going to go down, I'm going to autofill this down. I'm going to go back to the H25, shift down 1, control D to autofill it. So I'm getting the date number, the number that corresponds to the date on the third one, on the first date and the second date. And the reason I did that is because I want to, in the third one, I want to subtract the second date, the most recent date, minus the original date to get the amount of the number for the difference. These numbers are the number of days, and they're technically the number of days after January 1st, 1900. So a lot of days ago, 43,000 days ago. But then when I subtracted those days, I found out that 1 quarter is 91.31 days. And that's what I want to be as the divisions in the chart, the ticks. So now I want to get back into the chart. Oh, and there's other things that I want from the chart too. I shift tab. I want to, I've done this one. I've corrected the XY data and I've positioned it. Now I'm going to add a title. I'm going to call the company ticker title, which is mine is BG, and the word forecast. So let's do that. So get back in the chart. It is Control Alt 5, and then Control, which is that in the upper right hand. And I'm going to go down to chart title, and then across, and then down to more options, enter, and I'm going to type BG forecast, and then enter. There. And then the next thing I want to do is add a legend. So that's Alt J C, oops, C, and then A for add a chart element, and legend is L, and then I want to add it at the bottom, so B. Great. And then the next thing is I want to add the word billions to the y-axis title. So I'm in the axis right now. I'm on the title of the axis. If I hit tab, I'm kind of stuck to where it is. I can't seem to get to it. Okay, so I'm just going to escape out, and I'm going to hit Control again, and I'm going to go down to Axis Titles, and I'm going to go across, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to put a space bar under vertical, primary vertical. And then I'm going to go down to more options with the arrow and then enter. I'm going to type in billions, enter. Good. And then I also want to change the format to put it in billions. That's what the 3 commas are. Is the first comma is thousands, second is millions, third is billions. So one number, point, and then 0. So I'm going to just hit tab from where I am to go into the actual numbers of the y-axis. And then once I'm there, I want to go to the menu of that. And to get in the menu, you can either hit the menu bar, menu space, or menu button if you have a menu button on your keyboard. I don't, so I go Shift F10 to get a menu button. And Format Axis, the one I want at the bottom. Notice there's an F underlined, but there's also an F underlined beside font. So I have to hit the F twice and then hit Enter. And then you'll notice that it's the upper left that's selected. So I'm going to tab down, down to the next level, and I'm going to tab down again. And now and continue to tab until I get to the minimum. What do I want? Or sorry, no, I want to go down to number display. So keep tabbing until I get to numbers, and then I'm going to hit the space bar to expand numbers. And I'm going to tab, and then Shift tab. It's format code that I want, and it's #, point, 0, comma, 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 and then tab over to the add button, enter. There. Those are the numbers in billions. And now I want to fix the x-axis. I want to have it, and this is all that I did before with these numbers here. I put H25, what the number is. I put it to a number with 2 decimal places. So if it wasn't like that, I'm just going to escape out of the graph. If yours are in dates still, then hit Shift and go down all the way. And to change the number format is Control 1. And tab to get down to numbers. And if yours is on date, go up to number. Tab 2 decimal places is good. The OK button is blue down there, so hit Enter to OK it. And so it's numbers. Now I want to go into the chart and fix the numbers on the x-axis. To be, the first one is going to be this one, and then I'm going to have the ticks be this one. So Shift or Control Alt 5 to get into the chart. If there's more than one chart, hit Tab to get to this one, and then Control to get into chart elements, and then go down to our axis. We're on axis, so I'm going to hit to the right to go to the primary horizontal axis. But actually, if you just go more options, enter, there I'm there. And now I want to hit the menu, so Shift F10 for me, or a menu button if you have it, and then FF to get to Format Axis, enter. And this is where I have to tab down, and this is where I actually want to go to minimum. Right now the minimum is 43,500. I want it to be what's in cell H25, and I can't just type H25, I actually have to type the number. So I'm going to look in cell H25 and I see it's 43,921. And I don't have to put the points because it's 0.00. Then I'm going to tab down to the major units. And those ones I'm going to type, which is in cell H27, which is 91.31. 91.31. And then I'm going to hit enter. Good. Now it's all squished together, and the way to deal with so many of them is I'm going to make them appear vertical. So if you go back to our, I want to display the text axis, text X-ray rotation to 270 degrees. So to do that, it's Alt-J-C to get into our chart design. Oh, maybe it's because I'm still in the format axis. So I'm just gonna oh yeah, I'm still in the format. Oh yeah, no, I want to go not Alt-J-C. Sorry, I want to go to text options. So I'm going to go. Let's see. I'm just going to right arrow. No, it's kind of stuck where I am. So if I'm stuck, I'm just going to escape out of here. Escape, escape, and then get back in the chart. Control Alt 5, and then Control, and we're in axis. Go to the right. Go down to more options, and I'm on the x-axis. Shift F10 to get to the menu. FF, enter. Good. Now you'll see the arrow is up here by axis options, and I want to get it over here to text options. So it's right arrow until I get to text options, and then I'm going to go down. I want to go down a level. I want to end up here, so I'm going to go tab and then arrow to the right until I get down to that text box area. And I'm going to go tab, tab, tab into text direction. I'm going to use the down arrow to see all the ones I want, and I want rotate 270 degrees and enter. Now, I'm sorry to tell you that I can't figure out a way to have to do this by keyboard. See how the numbers go down below? What I have to do is I have to click on the actual grid and drag this little circle up enough that it's out of the range of the the legend that will be down here. Right now there's just one of them. There's about to be like 6 of them, or 7, I think. I can't remember. Anyways, so if you can figure out a way to do that by keyboard, let me know. Bonus point in the hills. And then I think we're done. Yep. And so I'm just going to escape out of there and save what we've done. Control S. That's the end of the video.